5, 4, 3.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Sky Tashay, and you're listening to Sky Diaries podcast. And welcome back, episode 20, y'all. The episodes are kind of catching up to us. Today, we're going to be talking about closer than you think. That's the title of this video. But to go more in depth, I'm basically going to be telling y'all to not give up on your dreams because you are closer than you think. A lot of the times when we are going through something, or a lot of the times when we are striving for something, we can get very impatient. Especially me, I can be very impatient, and it can feel like your dreams or whatever you're chasing or whatever you're craving, because I don't want to use the word chasing. It may feel like you are 100 or 1,000,000 miles away, or it's like it's nowhere near you. And I can 100% understand how you feel, because we've all been through that, we've all experienced that. But it is important not to give up. I'm not the type of person that's going to tell you to stick with something and it doesn't feel right, and you don't really see any sort of growth. And when I mean growth, I mean any sort of growth. If you're telling me, like, from the day you started and you put in a good amount of work and effort and time into it, and you still haven't seen any, like, at least a little bit of growth or a little bit of change, like, and when I mean a little bit, I really genuinely mean a little bit, or even changes within yourself, then I would say that particular thing isn't meant for you. A lot of the times we can get that confused from just like giving up on our dreams and our goals. Like, that's totally different. And sometimes, like, a lot of the things that we want aren't meant for us. All you can really do is just try and put yourself out there and give yourself the experience to get to know what you want to do and stuff. It's meant for you. It's just not, or it may not feel like it's in your reach right now, or have this lead to, like, having you not want to pursue other things. Like, that's not the case. Like, that's not how it should be at all. When we see people who have, like, achieved their goals, right, a lot of the times the main thing that you hear is persistence. You can't expect any type of result without persistence, without that consistency, because you have to continually do something. Because I heard, like the little things you do, like your habits, those habits become your personality traits. And your personality traits leads you to who you are. Who you are leads you to be who, your identity and stuff like that. So, you start with your habits. So if you're incorporating something every single day, if it is a specific goal that you have, and you're like, I got to make this plan, I got to do this, and that. I have to do this, and that. I have to be like this, and that. Because it's not just about what we do, it's about what we believe in ourselves. Because we have to show up for ourselves in a way that correlates with what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. So your body and your mind have to get used to that rhythm. You go to sleep maybe like 3 a.m. But once it's school time, you have to readjust, and you got to get consistent with that new routine. Third week, you might feel normal, rough on some days, but then the fourth week, month in, you're good. That example is just one short example of how not giving up, like, you end up getting used to it because your body is getting used to that persistence. So if it's something that you want to do, be consistent with it, be persistent with it. Even if you see a little bit of growth here and there, even if it's not, like, if it's YouTube or whatever, you see a little bit of changes within yourself, a little bit of growth in what you're doing. And, like, growth can mean so many different things. You can see growth within yourself. You can see growth within what you're doing, like if it's social media, like following and stuff. But also you can see growth in your craft, and that kind of goes with both, and I think that's something that a lot of us kind of dismiss and don't really see. But, like, with this YouTube stuff, for example, I'll give this like a personal example. even if I don't see a huge growth in my YouTube, I see a huge growth in me, and I also see a huge growth in the things that I'm putting out. Like, my work is getting better and better and better. That's not a reason to give up. You know, you're trying different things to get better at what you're doing. It's not telling you to give up. It's telling you to keep going, because at the end of the day, like, we all have our time. Like, everyone's time will come when whatever they want will be received to them. But if you're working every single day, if you're being persistent, if you are staying consistent within yourself every single day, I promise you, you'll see growth in whatever you want to do. And like I said, if you really put in the time and the effort, and you put in like a good time frame, it just depends on what it is. Because even if it's something that you're really passionate about and you truly just don't feel it, like, you have to feel it out. Honestly, most likely you keep doing those things. You keep being persistent. You don't give up. And at the end of the day, I feel like you know you best. You know when it's time to give up. Truly, you will know. You will know when it's time to give up. And I think, like, at that point, you kind of have to just be honest with yourself, because you have to feel it. Like, do you feel like this is meant for me? Do I think about this thing every single day? Could I live without pursuing this dream? You know, and I feel like if you can answer those questions, then your answer is within those questions. There is like a type of illusion, you know, for progress. And I feel like a lot of the times other people will see our progress before we even see our progress, because especially me, I be so distracted or just so into what I'm doing that, like, I can't even see, or I'm blind to like the real progress that I'm making. Because when you do things every single day, it's like, if you ever seen the TikTok of the water full of like dye and stuff, or like even they'll put like a Coke in a clear vase, some type of bottle or cup, clear, that you can see the color, and they'll put it under the sink and they'll let it run. That's kind of how this goes. That's kind of how the process of anything in life goes when you are constantly doing something. It's like, even with skincare, you have to be consistent with it. You won't see a change like every single day, but from a span from a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're gonna see more drastic changes. Especially when it comes to the gym, it relates the most, because you go to the gym every day, you're making sure you're eating your protein, whatever the case may be. You're not going to see real results after a week, 2 weeks, a month. Honestly, after 3 months, you might start to see a little bit, but that might not even be the end result or the finished result that you even really want. You realize like you're eating better and your skin looks better. Like, it's gradual changes, and it's just a gradual process. And I think the best advice I could give you is just to enjoy the process of things. The results are going to show. You're going to see the results. Whatever you want to do, whatever your goals are, like, you're going to see results. That's going to come. But be patient with yourself, be consistent with yourself, and understand that you have to show up for yourself in a different way that you had before, because this is something new and this is something different. So you have to first get used to you showing up for yourself as the person that you want to be, and as the person that correlates with what you want to do or the things that you aspire to do first. And then you have to get used to being consistent of doing those things that may not feel like it's making huge progress at first. You know you the best. You know when to give up. If you are like, I really feel discouraged, you're a little bit insecure about the progress that everything is going, like the speed and everything that is going, that is not a sign to give up. Last thing I'm going to be talking about is you have to redefine your definition of success. At the end of the day, like, a lot of the times, like, the little shifts and the little changes that happen throughout your life really be the things that are really the big change or the big shift that actually happens. Like, your big change, something big, your big break could already be happening right now, because things happen as a process. Nothing really happens overnight. it is a process. Success just may not be happening the way that you want it to be happening, and that's okay, and that's normal. So if you are thinking about quitting, this is your sign not to, especially if it is something that you love. Put into execution the things that you want. Go after the things that you want and be proud of it as well, but also don't get discouraged, don't get impatient. Stay in that process, because trust me, the journey of it all is way more beautiful than actually getting to the final destination. Because trust me, as a person that always sets the bar higher and higher and higher, it can be hard to really feel like you're making any real progress. So enjoy the process. Don't give up. If it is your dream, if you're really passionate about it, if you can't go a day without thinking about it, and keep going, I am cheering for you. I am rooting for you, and you are going to win. Just imagine me shaking you through the screen right now. I hope y'all love this episode. I'll see y'all very, very soon. I have a huge surprise for y'all, but I think I'm going to just let it be a surprise. So, love y'all. Bye.